Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Kai here, back again with a new episode of Epic 7 video. Today I'm going to talk about Lionheart Cermia, the newest ML 5-star hero currently in the game, and briefly discuss whether or not you should be pulling for her. So first of all, I luck sack her in 30 pulls, right? I was, trying to pull for her, but I did not put a lot of resource, right? She's not like something I really want to get, but I ended up luck sacking her. But I'm still in the process of building her, so I will be hopefully showcase her in future videos. But today, let me just briefly talk about her because she's already out for some times and I'm late to the party. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of showcase out there on YouTube already, and I think they are pretty solid. So if you want to take a good look, I highly recommend you to do that as well. But personally, I don't think she is a must-have unit. As you can see here, right, Lionheart Cermia. So in this rotation, we have Xenia and we have Durando as the 5-star artifact heroes. I think it's pretty good because I think Xenia is quite solid. So if you want to pull for this rotation, then it's really good. For the next rotation, we have the Alencia and the Ida artifact. I don't think this artifact is that good, to be honest. So unless you're trying to play, the bulk stacking strategy in RTA, right, and the pre-ban Bellion, and you want some tag health, then you can pull for the next mixed rotation. But I think this rotation is pretty nice if you are trying to pull for Cermia. So let's look at her skills first and briefly talk about her. So ML Cermia, I think the design is really cool. Actually, this hero, I really like the art and design, right? This female warrior soldier type hero with a lion badge, here, right, in the middle, and also like a flamed sword. So I have mine currently built on a speedy defense set, right? As you can see, only level 43, working on like a Moloing and awakening as well. Yeah, got some good pieces here, like this 132 critical hit damage. Like her her damage is scaled off defense, so you want high defense and some HP, right? And critical hit chance and critical hit damage. It's pretty hard to get her to high crit chance because her base crit are so bad unless you like imprinting her, right, for this. But I don't have extra Cermias, so I'm using this crit chance neck, pretty good substat as well, fitting her really well. And for the skills, right, can I maybe show it in the animation? That would be better. So let's go to the hero journal. Her skill is very interesting actually, and I think it's well designed because it's not overpowered but it's not weak either. Let's preview skills. So basically, S2 is like after an ally suffers an extra attack, counter attack, or dual attack, right, dispels all buffs inflicted on the caster and grants some like this fighting spirit thing, and grant defense buff and the ER buff. So this is like a counter to a lot of like the counter type units, say Ram, Bellion, even Violet, right? If you give Cermia a symbol of the unity to increase hit chance. So when you proc this, you have this defense buff, right, which acts like an attack buff because she's scaled off with a defense. So you get to this mode where it's you hit super hard and you self-cleanse, right? And S1 just like a chomp, right? Increase speed, which is nice, and damage increase proportional to the caster's defense. S3 is where something interesting happened, right? Penetrate defense by 50%, so AoE defense penetration really strong, and grant an extra turn for free use an S1 nuke again, and you can sober an S1 to do more damage. So basically her role is that, you know, she's very tanky, hard to take down, and then if the enemy members procs like one of these, like dual attack, counter attack or something, an extra attack, and then you're gonna get into this mode where you have defense buff and ER buff, and you can use S3 right away. Nice animation by the way in the jungle, and you know, huge slash, and this does a lot of damage to be honest. And you grant an extra turn, you can chop within the S1, and like this passive has a very short cooldown, right? You feel Mola is like 2-turn cooldown, and basically you can proc a lot of S3s, right, and demolish the enemy team. I mean, Lionheart Cermia can even win a Ravi in 1v1 because she's tanky, right, and she has this AoE thing, defense penetration, which is really nice. Yeah, so I think she's a really good hero because I've seen people like testing her out in RTA, right? It can be very clutch, like you know, when you are fighting like a Balian comp or like a Ram comp, Ram Violet counter comp, and you give her like symbol of the unity. I think personally I like the speedy build, so it's like 200 speed, like high defense, high HP, and critical hit chance and damage, just to, you know, serve as a counter to a lot of like the counter type teams, or even conquer Lilius, right? Because Lilius is like guaranteed dual attack, and you can proc this passive like over and over again. So I think she's like very useful, but not overpowered, because you know the problem with this skill is it's like a self cleanse, right? But there's no CR push, right? No self sustain as well. So basically, say if the enemy procs this and they have follow up hero, they can still, like, you know, maybe control you up or just do big damage, and you know, try to kill you, and you know, because she only has like innate 30% ER plus this 50%, then it's like what, 80% ER. It's not a high ER, right? Any debuffer can control her up unless you're bringing like cleanser. I feel like she paired up with Emilia can be super strong because Emilia can help her cycling, and you know, make crowd Emilia, you know, Lionheart Cermia comp, right? Very strong, and can maybe do well even into a mirror. Although, like, you know, Archdemon might, you know, seal this passive, right? But if you bring like immunity and you know, buff stacking mechanism, then she is really strong. I think she's struggling against Rimuru because Rimuru can do true damage and while, you know, stealing away the defense buff and all that, which is bad for her. And I think a very interesting setup might be, you know, using the Rimuru artifact, you know, the mask, right? Anti-magic mask to give her more buffs, right? To have solo potential. But either way, I think she's like decent. Probably one of the better designed hero recently get released, because as you may know, all the newest hero are too overpowered, right? Like Conquer Lilius and the Pera, right, is too overpowered. But I think Lionheart Cermia is very well balanced and a very nice hero, but definitely not a must-have, right? So if you're lacking the Mystic bookmark and you're not like a, you know, super tanky player, then probably she's not for you unless you're really liking the looking, right? Always like pull for arts, right? My general rule is that if you really like a character, then go for it. But if you're more utility based player, say you want to be successful in like clearing out PvE or like, you know, even PvP RTA, right? I think Lionheart Cermia is more of a PvP unit, but it's not a must have, right? It's not the end of the world if you don't have her, right? So but she does have some really good matchups. And I think that's all the time I have you guys today. I hope you liked this short talk on Lionheart Cermia. And I wish you all the good luck in pulling her, and I will see you guys in my next video.